Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we've got a lovely lady with the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law. And they're going to be telling us about their company. And their company's about upcycling.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming with a bit of a different angle from what I've heard before. So let's see what we can learn. So nice to have you here today.
Thank you.
So tell us, why upcycling and what motivates you?
So, my mom is a tailor, so I grew up in a house that lots of fabrics. So, seeing them coming together, and I was a bit lucky that I grew up in Turkey, and there is lots of textile factories there, and then what made me think, I learned about much more about sustainability in university. And then I kind of thought, like, my mom would get leftover fabrics all the time. Like, from the vendor, she has links to those beautiful fabrics that left over from the mass production, because there would be like little bit color different than what they want, or a little bit defect on the edge of the fabric or something, like it just doesn't work for them to cut over it and make some material. So they would just get rid of that fabric, and they would make it into material.
You see, when you speak about offcuts, are we talking like a small section of material, like equivalent to the back of a t-shirt, or are we talking like a massive area?
So it could be just enough to do the arms of the jumper sometimes. Sometimes it could be multiple of jumpers you can make out of it. So it depends on the material. I mean, some upcycling businesses does just like from the scraps, they do patchwork and with the small scraps. But what we do is generally the smallest is just enough to do the arm, so that we do patchwork. But on the other hand, we generally could do one jumper, like sweater, or up to 5 sweaters sometimes, if we are lucky that like very much of the material has been thrown away.
What's the name of the company?
Tailor's. Yes.
Okay, and see, with the upcycling clothes, do you actually put upcycle on the label, or is it just done like normally?
What you mean by the label?
When you have the label in the clothes, is it stated upcycle?
No, it's not stated. So we do generally like online selling, so people understand who we are and what we are doing through social media.
Okay.
So we just write our name, and we have a very cute cactus logo.
Okay.
And we just label the jumpers with that. And if people search for Tailor's on Instagram, they can see what we are doing.
Do you want to spell that for us?
Yes, it's South, S-O-U-T-H. Chalk is C-H-A-L-K.
Okay, that's good. What's been the hardest thing for you? What's been the hardest thing for you that you've learned that you wish you knew when you started?
For me, hardest thing was, I guess, I have very engineering mind. I had more so, and so that you work hard, you get it. You work hard, you get it. What I mean is just that, like, every day you wake up, you have to do things. But then I realized that, like, for creative mind, you do need mindful and relaxed and calm mind than just pushing yourself to be doing things. So I realized that to be creative with what you have, it could be the materials, it could be the writing you are gonna do, it could be the photography you are gonna take, and you need to have that calm mind. And that was the hardest thing to learn, that I appreciate that I learned that through this business.
So what do you do? How do you implement that in your life now?
I think I implement it through meditation more. I think in my personal life, but for the business, I implement it through my photography, I implement it through my writing. And like how to, and also designing the jumpers, like if there is little, as I said, fabrics, how to match them, how to make it into a unique material, which is I'm happy about, because these scraps are unique and they have been done into a very different materials, could be jacket, like different things, furniture even. But what we do, maybe we have only enough to make one jumper and it's unique in the world. There's no other jumper from that.
So, all right. So the material, yeah, I suppose all your material, any item you make is like different cuts of materials.
Yes.
You just made it match.
Some of them. So there is patchworks that we do, which is little amount of fabrics. If we have, we match them together. But sometimes we get lots of materials. In that case, so there is like lots of material that has been thrown away, but we have to do quality checks on them, and also like, do we like them, or do they have nice patterns or something? And so if we think that it were to do a sweater from it or a jacket from it, we get it. We choose from the pile. But if we don't think, then it goes to be thrown away.
How do you do the quality test?
So how we do the quality test, thanks to my mom, she looks at the construction, if it is suitable for making those material. And then we do like softness we look, and is it so breathable, like the material is too plasticky or not, like is it so we do baggy jumpers, so they are nice to be worn like on a layer, so but we still want to look at if it is breathable or not, and construction wise suitable, and we look at the color, we look at the texture, if we like them or not.
That's interesting. I interviewed a lady who works for a sports company. She designed clothes.
Yes.
And that's her job. But she's saying how a good item takes 1.5 to 2 years if you're going to do it on mass production.
Yes.
With your testing. So with you've got clients who go on there, they want something bespoke. How do you test and still, when you've only got one sample? So you're going to have to do some kind of testing. So that's what's intriguing me here.
So client, you mean like we are selling to a person and they are selling or something? Like
no, the clothes that you are selling, there's not much material. So you may only have material for one item.
Yes, that's the difficulty.
You still need to test the clothes. So how does that all come together?
So this is the difficulty about upcycling actually. You can't just have like tons of one thing, so that you can just put lots of effort into the marketing and taking the most beautiful pictures of it and keep just pushing them into the market and people just buys it. In upcycling, you have only one of that thing. So we started with actually taking nice pictures of the fabrics and sharing them with people. So we would say, oh, we got these fabrics, like, would you like them into a jacket? Or so no, we would look like if it is suitable for a jacket or sweater. So, oh, this is a sweater fabric, it can be done into sweater, would you like that? So in that case we can actually customize it for the client, so they can get it made to order. Because my mom full time works for this now, so sometimes people see the fabrics, oh, I want this into my size, or I want it a little bit shorter or longer. We would just have the conversation. There is very direct communication with our clients right now at this point, because the company is very small right now, so we keep the communication very strong.
It sounds like you're doing well. You've been a great guest. My last couple of questions. What's the impact you want to have on the world, personally?
My impact, I mean, Definitely, I think sustainability is way to go. We have to be considering our balance in nature for our future generation if we want to keep this humanity going. So which feels like I feel that love in me towards that. So I think for me this business is fulfills that aim that I have, that like with my limitation, within my limitations, as I want to also improve my personal life in terms of sustainability. I want to get more informed, which I am informed, but just more habitual sense that live more sustainably. So that's another thing that personally I want to do, which I try to do with my business at the same time, by making that statement and putting those products out there available for people to purchase.
And my last question is, what would you say to your 16-year-old self?
Yes. What would I say? I don't know. I think I would say you have done great. It's good. And keep going. I would say like that.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.